so now that your entity is registered with your state and you're ready to apply for the EIN, let me show you what that process looks like. So we're just going to type EIN application on our friendly Google. And same thing, be careful with the options that come up because I've made that mistake before. So just make sure that you're choosing the irs.gov website because that's where you need to go. Now in here, it will take you to the website. It kind of goes through some information. You can always look, any resources or videos that they have that might be helpful. But in this case, let's just go straight to apply online now. And so let's say that we decided to call our business the XTP Marketing Company because no one had that name in any of the states. So we're going to do, again, we're assuming that we're creating a limited liability company. So that's what we're going to select over here. So when you come to apply for your EIN, you already need to know what type of entity you're going to be creating. But I would say 9 out of 10 is going to be a limited liability company. So we choose that, click continue. Same thing, it goes through a couple of examples of what an LLC is. A limited liability company is a structure allowed by a state statute. So you've already applied for a registration with your state. An LLC is formed by filing articles of incorporation with the state secretary of state, done that. An LLC must be unique in its state, done that because we checked the name. For federal tax purposes, an LLC may be treated as a partnership or a corporation or be disregarded as an entity separate from its owner. Again, this is going to be a personal situation. I would say that most likely in the beginning, you're just going to be a disregarded entity, which means that for tax purposes, you file the activity for your business with your personal return. But always consult with your CPA, with your lawyers to see what the best option would be for you. And then an LLC can have 2 or more members. It can have a limited number of members, and an LLC's members may include individuals, corporations, or other LLCs. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, let's click continue. So in this case, we're going to say that our LLC is going to have 1 member. And then let's say we're going to register it in Texas. So we're going to pick Texas, continue. This is where you pick the state where you already registered. And then again, you confirm your selection. So due to the number of members in your limited liability company, you're considered a single member LLC. And so since you're a single member LLC, you will initially be classified as a disregarded entity for the purposes of filing a federal tax return. So what this means is, again, you're going to file the activity for your business with your personal return. So it says, if the only member of the LLC is an individual, the LLC income and expenses are reported on Form Term 40, which is your personal return, Schedule C, E, or F. And if the only member is not an individual, the LLC income and expenses are reported on the other member's tax return. So just to, recap, you would be treated, at least at the beginning, unless you choose otherwise with your CPA or with your lawyer, you will be a disregarded entity. So yes, you will have a business. It would be an LLC. You would have a legal layer of protection over you, but for tax purposes, the business activity will be reported with your personal tax return. And if you choose to change that election later on, then there's a couple forms that you can file to change that. So, but for now, let's just stick with the single member LLC. So click continue. Then you choose why you're creating an EIN. In this case, you started a new business. And in here, you start adding some information about the responsible party. So let's say I'm the responsible party. So my name is Marian Diaz. I'm not going to show you my social. And then down here, I'm going to put that I am one of the members, owners, or managing members of this LLC. Okay, so I've entered my EIN, now my social security number, and now we move to this part. Now, where we have to enter where the LLC is physically located. So does it have a separate location besides your house, or are you going to have a different mailing address? In this case, you cannot enter the PO box, but you could put a different mailing address if you have one, or your personal. So I'm just going to put an address that I know off the top of my head. Hopefully this works. Austin, Texas. Oh, I think this is the zip code, and I'm going to put my business number. Perfect. Do you have any other address? I don't. So then I'm going to click no. If there's something different, that if the address is registered differently in the IRS's website, you'll get a message saying like, hey, this is what you entered and this is what we have. Choose what the best one, and you should always choose what they have. And so, okay, so there was no issue with that address. Great. So now we're going to pick, this is the name of our LLC. So now that we've registered, we're going to do the XTP Marketing LLC. We're not doing a trade name. We don't currently have a trade name or a doing business as name. So we're just going to pick this one. This is the county where it's located, the state where it's located, and then the state where the articles of our organization are already filed, which is what we filed with this state. So in this case, it's going to be Texas. And then when did the LLC start? So let's say that we started it earlier this month. So January of 2024. Click continue. Oh, true. See, I'm glad I made the mistake. So when you put your entity name, you have to put what type of entity it is, but you don't put a comma. So XTP Marketing LLC, no commas. Now here, this is the next step, and it's going to ask you some specific questions about your business and its activity. And so, does your business own a highway motor vehicle? No. Does your business involve gambling? No. Does it need to file a Form 720 or excise return? I'm going to say no, because I don't think, most likely you won't. Sell or manufacture alcohol, tobacco, or firearms? Nope. And do you have or do you expect to have any employees? None for now. So I'm just going to click no. Because if you click yes, then the IRS will expect you to file any payroll tax reports. So just to be safe, I would say click no. Even if you expect, maybe just wait and then click no. So then continue. And then now, what does the organization do? So let's say accommodations, construction. It has a couple different options, but marketing is not really here. Let's see. Let's just do another other. If yours fits any of these categories, then feel free. You can select one of those. And then it might ask you for more details. So if we're clicking other, now we're going to put consulting. So great. Yeah, that's what I do. Market, not what I do, what the business is going to do. Let's say marketing consulting. So let's put that consulting. And so then it asks, do you provide operating advice and assistance to businesses and other organizations? For example, management and marketing. Yes. So marketing. I'm going to put down here, marketing, and this will change depending on your industry. Sometimes they wouldn't ask you anything else, or sometimes they will ask you to be a little bit more specific as to what you're doing. So in this case, it asked, so marketing, because when you do something like consulting, it's really generic. So it wants to know what type of consulting you're doing. So let's do continue. And then it asked me how I want to receive my EIN confirmation letter. I would say preferably you receive the letter online because you'll receive it right then and there. Otherwise, your letter will come in the mail at a later date. It'll take, like if they say, up to 4 weeks. So whatever you prefer, I'm going to click receive the letter now. And then click continue. And so now this is a summary of all the information that we've entered, our addresses, who's going to be the responsible party, what does the business do. And then from here, if I click submit, which I'm not going to do because I'm not creating this entity, but if you click submit, the next page is going to show your business name and the EIN assigned to it. And it's going to give you the option to download your EIN letter. So now you can go onto the rest of the steps from the guide. Like I said, if you have any questions or there's anything else you need, please don't be afraid to reach out and to contact me, and I'm here to help, and I'm happy to help. So I hope this is helpful and not too confusing. Feel free to slow it down or pause it as much as you need. And yeah, just let me know if there's anything else. I hope everything else in the guide is helpful for you and helps you get you through the finish line so that you can have your business fully set up and all ready to go from the beginning. So good luck.